Okay, just in the middle of the mat. Just roll the shoulders up and then draw the shoulder blade down, open out the shoulders. And again, just draw them up towards the ear and just open out the chest. Try not to arch the back, we're just moving the shoulders at the moment, rolling them. Just going to put onto mute. Yes, so that we've got that there. Okay. Just make sure. Sorry, guys. Make sure it's on mute. Okay, just turning the chin, opening out. So I want you to feel the stretch running down and then slowly through the other way. So we're looking to try and keep things flowing, keeping the body moving this morning. Back through the middle, tuck the chin down to the chest. And then I want you to press the chin outwards and lead with the chin. So I don't need to bring the shoulders up, I want you to press the chin all the way up to the ceiling. So you feel an extension through the neck. Bring it back down again, tuck the chin, and then lead forward with the chin up to the ceiling. And hold it there. Someone's just fallen off the cord. Let me just try one more time. Okay, come to the end of the mat. Palms outward in our mountain pose, okay? Take a nice deep breath in and out. Feet nice and relaxed. We're going to press through into that chair position. So sitting down. So at the moment my ankles are a little bit stiff. Stretch those hands up as tall as you can. Sit back through the heels. Drop the hands forward and then just float the hips up. Allow the head to hang. Now some of you might be quite a way out, some of you will be tucked in. Just hold this position here, allow the stretch to go off. You'll feel this in the back of the legs into the hamstrings, okay? Just bring the hands up just to above the knee and then straighten the arms, and we're looking to flatten that back out, so into that half fold. Core pulled in nice and tight. Sat through the heels. Allow the chest to fall and then curve all the way back up again. So we're going to do exactly the same again, just trying to wake up the hips and the ankles. So let's sit through into chair, press through. Try to keep those knees outwards. Hold position, make sure you're breathing. Float the hands forward, press the hips up, drop the head down into that forward fold. Slide the hands up to the knees and then just press forward into that half fold. Eyes are looking down and forward. From here, allow the hands to float down and we're going to walk forward into a plank position. So holding that plank position, hips down. Cores engaged. Just holding here. Allow the knees to come down, point the toes and then lower slowly to the ground. Lift and reset the hands. And from here, keeping the elbows tucked, we're going to go up into cobra. So your hips stay into the floor and I'm just leaning up as far as I feel comfortable. My neck is in a neutral position. And I'm going to lower back down again. Take the hands around behind and then just place them on top of your hips. We're looking to draw the shoulder blades together and we're going to lift up into a half locust. So just lifting up the shoulders and the chest. And then lower down all the way to the ground. So this time, full locust, looking to lift the ankles off the ground as well, keeping the core nice and tight. So roll and engage the shoulder blades, open out, lift up, and then lift those heels up. Strong position, toes are pointed, and then lower back down again. Release the hands. From here, tuck the toes under, and we're going to press those hips up into a downward facing dog. Hips go nice and high. And from here, we're going to walk the dog. Slowly press the heel, but bending the knee, keeping those hips up nice and high. Excellent job. Pressing through, lift, and hold it there. So we're going to go up into our three-legged dog. So lift that heel to ceiling, try and keep the hip as square as possible. From here, we're going to drop down, and we're just going to open out the hip, okay? So there's a slight twist, knee bends, so it's a bent knee. Then from here, we're going to place it through into that lunge, up into warrior one. Hold the position here. Open out, turn that foot into warrior two. Hips are square, hands are shoulder height. From here, slide the hand down, reaching up into that reverse warrior. So these are all moves that we've done before, we do. Tuck the hand in and extended side. So try and keep the hand, try not to let it bend all the way through, stretching from the toe. And then press back. Turn, or leave the foot where it is, sorry. So make sure that toe's going forward. Up nice and straight. Pull through the rib cage, hands at shoulder height. So we're going to flick that hip forward, turn the palm out, and press out this hip here. So just looking to go into that triangle position. So stretching out that inner thigh, hand nice and high. And coming up into the middle, flick both the toes round so they're both facing forward. And we're going to hinge forward into that wide position. Just allow the head to drop and you go down as far as you can. Your aim is to take the head towards the knees, but just hang in that position there. And then uncurl. Okay, so we're going to go to the other end of the mat, okay? So again, you're kind of very familiar with all of this. Trying to keep things going, make sure we're breathing, okay? So let's sit down through our heels into that chair. So you might be able to go a little bit lower this time. Keep that chin up, arms nice and long. Float the hands down, press the hips up, drop the head and just hold in that position. Slide the hands up to just above the knees and looking to flatten into that half fold. Straightening the legs, pulling that core in nice and tight. From here, allow the hands to float down, walking forward into that plank position. So make sure we're engaging those hips so our bum's not up too high and we're not sagging low, okay? So strong position on the balls of our feet. Bring the knees down, point the toes, and then slowly lower to the ground. Reset the arms. Eyes are looking down and forward, knees are together. And we're going to go and tuck those elbows in into our cobra. Hips stay pushed into the floor. And that can come up a little bit further this time. Back's getting a bit looser. Hold that position. Lower back down again. Release the arms, and we're going to go into a half locust. So remember, what you're looking to do is you're looking to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Head is in neutral, and then lifting up, engaging the lower back. Hold that position, and lower back down again. So this time we're going to go into full locust. So we're looking to lift the ankles and lift the shoulders. So engage and lift those ankles up, point those toes, be long through the spine. And lower slowly. Reset the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, and we're going to press up into that downward facing dog. Press, Lift the hips up. Okay, walk the dog, bending the knee, pressing the heel down. Keeping the arms long, keeping the hips nice and high. Just stretch and walk through, warming everything up. Hold that position on your toes, and we're going to go up into the three-legged dog. Opposite leg this time, okay? So make sure we're using the opposite leg. Heel to ceiling. Hold that position. I'm going to go into bent tail. The hip opens. Just allow the foot to drop. And then bringing that knee through. You might have to jump it slightly, so settle it down. Oh, this might wobble a bit. Into that warrior one. On the ball of the foot, strong position, chest lifted. Alter that foot to the side, open out the hip. Hands are shoulder height. Slide that back hand down into reverse warrior. Turn the palm to the ceiling and stretch through. So your aim is to go over so you can feel the stretch here. Tuck the hand in and let's go over the top, nice and long. So stretching in a straight line from the heel all the way to the fingertips. And press up. Feet stay in the same position. So one toe forward, one pointing the other way. Hand shoulder height. We're going to flick that hip, move it across, turn the palm out, and we're going to go down into that heel. Hand comes above our head. And coming back up again, flip those feet round. Slide the hands down. Drop forward into that wide leg pose, okay? So if you can go a bit further, tucking in. If you need to bend the knees slightly, you can do. Keep the hips nice and high. Just hold that position there. Allow the hands to sink to the middle. And then come all the way back up again. Okay, so those of you who are with me on Monday, we're going to turn the feet. We're going to go into that goddess position. So we're in a perfect position to go into our goddess, okay? So we're going to open out the hips, keeping the core, and imagine someone's pulling you through your center spine. So we're going to do 4 goddesses. 1, and you're sinking straight through the middle. You're not leaning forwards or backwards, pressing up through the heels. 2 more, and we're going to stay down this time. Stay here. We're going to turn, we're going to twist the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to hold the hands out and we're going to go side, over, working the core but working the waist. 2 more, 1 more, hold it here. We're going to go ankle, ankle, and then we're going to go both into that goddess position and press down. Fantastic job, guys. We're going to do that 1 more time, okay? So 4 of them, sinking nice and low, driving the knees out. So this is a bit of our Pilates here. So we're sinking and pulling. That's 1. Keep that chest lifted. Be long. Make sure we're breathing. And last one, we're going to stay down this time. Let's stay here. So we're going to rotate the shoulder. Turn, working on that mobility. 2, 3, 4. Bring the arms out to shoulder height. We're going to cross, pull back, drive the knees, don't come up. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it here. Heel, work on that ankle. Heel, let's go both together into that goddess. Hold, 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 and then press down. Fantastic job. Okay. So just from here, we're going to go into a wide fold and we're going to open out our shoulders, okay? So lean forward, hips nice and high. Drop that head. Bring the hands to the side and round the back. And we're going to open out the chest.
Just hold that position there. So this is a wide fold with a shoulder opener. Go as far as you can, just holding that position. And then we're coming back up through the middle. Let's go into our side lunge. So we're going to drop down into our side lunge. So here, trying to keep that heel on the ground. Side lunge again. Let's go across. We're going to do 4 of these. Side lunge, looking to keep the heel on the ground. Opening out the hip. Excellent job. Come back through the middle. Both knees are bent. Press those hips up and drop the head down. So this is just extending that stretch a bit further. And coming all the way back up again. So from here, we're going to just do that side lunge again, working on our ankle flexibility. Now, some of you will find when you go down, the heel will lift up. Try and keep that heel pushed into the ground. Hands in the middle for support. So we're going to drop in to that side lunge. Then we're going to go to the other side. Then across to the other side. And again, this is a flow movement. Both knees are going to bend this time, holding through the middle. Now here, press those hips up and drop the head down. Uncurl all the way up. Excellent job. Just walk those feet in. Little shuffle. Okay, I'm going to come to the end of my mat again. Okay, we're going to work in our ragdoll position. Okay, so we're going to look at really stretching out through the hamstring and the hip. So from here, I'm going to walk down into a downward dog. So keeping my hips nice and high, I'm going to walk forwards into a plank. Hold that plank position for me here. Press up into a downward dog position, hips nice and high. Okay, from here, we're going to lift that left leg. Left leg comes up into the air. And just bring it down again. We're going to shuffle those feet in, walk them in, it's the feet that are walking, and then hold on to the elbows, and we're just going to go into that ragdoll position where we hold here. Just allow everything to fold forward. You're cradling your elbows. You can rock through the back, and just looking to try and get the chest onto the knees. Allow the hand to come down, and we're going to step back into a lunge. So step back into a long lunge. Now I'm going to have to alter my front foot because I'm coming off the mat. So I'm going into that long lunge position, okay? Hold the position here. And I'm going to turn and open out my chest and take my hand above. Bring my hand back. I'm going to bring that knee down, and if you can remember, we brought our heel in. Now, see if I can grab onto my ankle. I can't. So my aim is to try and get that ankle. Can't quite get there this morning. But try and bring it in as close as you can, working through. Hold the position there. Bring the foot up, and we're going to go back into that downward, into that plank position. So walk the foot back into plank. Press all the way up into our downward dog position. Lift that right leg this time. We're going to walk the foot through, and if you can get it through into position, just changing sides. I'm sorry, I think I've got the wrong leg, guys. Okay, I'm just going to turn, open out my hip. I have got the wrong leg, but never mind. Hold the position there. And lower the leg down. And I'm just going to turn And see if I can lift this foot up, reaching through. I can get this one this morning. Lower it back down again. And then bring the foot back into that plank position. From here, press up into downward dog. Then I want you to walk the feet back in, hips nice and high, and back into that ragdoll position where we're hugging through. And then slowly uncurl, come all the way back up to standing. Come to the middle of your mat. We're just going to cross one foot behind, sink down onto the floor, okay? So from here, just go into an easy pose. So we're looking to keep those knees down and just walking the feet forward. My knee that keeps coming up, press it forward. Just holding this position, hands are in the middle. So try not to force them down, you're trying to use your weight. And just holding that there, opening out the hips. And relax. Bring both the feet together into bound ankle. Find your seat bones. And then you're just looking to press those knees outwards. Opening out the inner thigh, the hips. My upper body's nice and relaxed. And I just want you to lean your elbows over the top and just try and keep those hips open. Just curving the back slightly, just increasing the stretch through the inner thigh. And come up, extend those legs outwards. So feet can be nice and relaxed, and we're just going to walk the hands through the middle. So you're going to walk to a point that you feel comfortable. Spine is neutral, so it's not, you're not looking upwards, you just relax, and we're just sliding those hands forward, looking to try and get the chest towards the floor. Maybe in a few years I'll get there. And then walk up. So I'm going to tuck one of my legs in, keeping my hip open, and I'm going to take forehead towards the knee, okay? So I'm going to reach forward, curve over, take my forehead, and reach out towards my ankle. I'm just going to hold this position, looking to keep the knee out. So increasing the stretch through my back, into my hamstring, and just holding that position, allowing the stretch to go off. And come back up, and we're just going to stretch up so we're nice and long. Bring the hands down, okay? Change sides. So one foot goes out, bring this foot in. And again, we're looking to try and keep that knee down. So I've got to just alter myself. This is my... And from here, forehead, I'm going to reach my hands forward, looking to keep that knee pressing outwards. Leaning forward into the stretch. And just holding that position. Uncurl, bring the hands up, set nice and long through the spine, and float them down to the side. Just taking the knees around, and we're just going to slide all the way back, engaging our core, lowering onto the ground, and then bringing the knees up, and just hugging them into the chest. Hands just to the side, and we're just going to tip and bring the knees across, trying to keep the chest open, shoulder blades on the ground, dropping the knees over to one side, back through the middle, and dropping over to the other side. Through the middle again, give those knees a big hug, and then rock yourself up to seated. So from here, I want you to open out again, and then slowly Find your seat bones. You're going to lower forwards all the way down through and extend the hands over the top, but keep the knees outwards, okay? So we're opening out. There'll be an arch through the spine, but keeping those knees open and out. Okay, close the knees together and just straighten the leg. Keep the hands above the head. We're just going to take one leg over. And then we're going to bring the knee in and reach through. So we're in a figure four. Some people call this the pretzel, I'm not quite sure why. We're trying to keep that hip open, just stretching down into the glutes. So lower down, stretch the hands above the head so we're nice and long, both feet. So bring the other leg up, just cross it over, staying long, and then lift that lower leg, open out the knee, and then grab behind onto the hamstring. And bring them together, hug those knees in, and we're going to go into happy baby. So reach the hands through onto the ankles, and then lift those heels to the ceiling. Open out the legs, and your back should be intact. Hips should be into the mat, into the floor. Knees should be soft. And feet should be pointing up to the ceiling, okay? So opening out those hips. Bring the heels down, bring the knees together, and then rock yourself back up. Excellent job. Okay, let's flip ourselves over. And we're going to go into our cat-cow position. So up, all the way through into cow. Pull up into cat. Into cow. And of course, sitting back into that long child's pose position, forehead to mat, elbows long. Slowly arching up, rolling the back through into that upward facing dog, just allowing the hips to fall down. Arching through the back, long into that child's pose. And again, roll through the back, lift the shoulders, sinking into that upward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, pressing up into downward facing dog. Walk the feet in, keeping the hips nice and high. Back into our ragdoll, so just hold on to the elbows. And this should be able to bend over quite far now. I feel definitely more stretched. And then all the way back up. Let me just check my timing. Okay, feet nice and wide. So we're into that goddess position. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Breathe in, reach down and up. Allow the hands to float back down again and again. Reach up. Bring your hands to heart. Fantastic, guys. Well done this morning. Sorry, I went wrong halfway through. My apologies. Okay, have a great Friday, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Guys who are on here,